Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sumit and I'm thrilled to have you here for today's video. Before we dive into the main topic, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed my channel yet, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell icon so you will never miss out our future content. So today I am with my new video in Salesforce integration. And today I will be going to show you that how can we integrate Salesforce with Jotform. Jotform basically it's an popular online form building platform which allows user to create the custom forms for various purposes such as surveys, registrations, lead captures, and many more. It offers user-friendly interfaces with just drag and drop functionalities which make it easy to design and customize forms without any coding knowledge. So we are going to see that how can we integrate Salesforce with Jotform, how that integration works. And we'll also talk about the benefits of using Jotform in, we'll be going to see the benefits of Jotform, as you can see. So it's an easiest online form builder, which helps to quickly design and quickly prepare our form. Now, what are the key benefits of Salesforce Jotform integration? That we can automate the data capture. So whenever the form submissions, whenever not only we can design the form in Jotform, but we can share the form with our end users. We can publish the forms on various portals. And whenever any user fill that form, so that data will directly capture into our Salesforce org. Now, a question will come from a customer from you that we have an option. We already have an option. Web to lead option is already there in Salesforce, but web to lead is only limited to the lead object. What about the custom object? Let's suppose I want a custom object with me. Let me show you that there's a custom object here, and that custom object is a basically customer feedback form. So I have created a new custom object name as customer registration form. And in this customer registration form, I would like that whenever any user fill the details, their information will captured into this form. So I have designed this customer registration form. Now in this customer registration form, I would like to capture the data by external users, by any anonymous user. So we have two possible ways to do this. Number one, we can go with integration. We can perform the integration, but for the integration purpose, we have to write the codes or we have to perform REST API integration. And setting up an integration or performing an integration, it takes a lot of time. Or other hand, the second solution is we can integrate Jotform with Salesforce. So the key benefits of using Jotform here it is we can, as I mentioned, that we can automate the data capture, we can perform real time updates, we enhance data accuracy will be there. It improves the efficiency of collecting the data and management the process data management process and better insights because we can collect data through form directly within the Salesforce. So it enables the better decision making and analysis. Now, in order to perform the integration, let's see how do we do that? How do we perform an integration? So in order to do that, the very first step is, as you can see, I have already created a new object in Salesforce, name is the customer registration form. And here are the fields. That's a custom object. And in this, I have registration ID. This will be auto-generated. First name, email ID, last name, phone number, street address, city, state, zip code, and feedback form. Although it's an input field, but if we leave it as it is, it will auto-generate and registration ID. So we can configure that, we can customize that and change the data type to auto number. I haven't done that because I just want to use this registration ID, and in future I want to use it for further processing. But yes, we can change that. Next is the next step is we have to sign up. We have to registration on Jotform, and we can click on sign up for free. So let me show you how do we do that. I'm going to sign in, or I'm going to sign up with Google in Jotforms. So I'm using my Gmail account. Click continue. and continue here. And as you can see, I've successfully registered into Jotforms. Now, before we begin creating a first form, so as you can see here, we are getting an option create your first form. Just in case if we close this, we have an option create all forms, and we can create a form, and we can get the templates, or we can import an existing form or create signable document. E-collect like we can collect e-signature, but I'm going with a template one. So, or else, if you don't want to go for a template, we have an option to design. We can start from scratch. So when we say start from scratch, we can we can drag and drop and create. We can create a form, design a form by drag and drop or adding our own elements. So I'm using an existing template, and I'm going to use the customer registration form. Actually, I'm going to use the new customer registration form. I can use this template. If you want to preview, we can click on preview, and if you feel like that, okay, this is the form I'm going to use here. We have various other forms. As you can see, there are many templates. Whichever template you want, you can choose that according to your custom object. So I click on use template. Now, before we start migrating the data, as you can see here, we have other options, like we go to settings, and when I go to settings, we have to first perform an integration. And how do we integrate? Because as you can see, integration is not yet done. So I'm going to click on integration option on the left side, and here's an option connect to your forms to the other apps. So you can see there are hundreds of apps available here to which we can integrate this Jotform. So I am going to integrate with Salesforce. So I click on Salesforce here, and in order to do integration, we have to authenticate it. And I'm going to authenticate it to my current Salesforce account. And the current Salesforce account I'm going to use, I will be using here is, that is called, as you can see, I'm using is basically the account I'm using here is Sumit 1312 2023. I'm using this account. So when I click on authenticate, uh, if you have not already logged in into Salesforce, it will ask for the credentials. Or if you have already logged in into Salesforce, as you can see, I've already logged in, so it will automatically connect to that Salesforce.com. It's connect with that. And now we can select for a Salesforce object. So my Salesforce object I'm going to use here is customer registration. Basically, customer registration is just a label, but the actual object I will be using here is, that's a new registration. That's the object API name, new registration. And I'm going to search here, new registration. You can see my object is listed out here. I click on new registration. Now the next step is we have to do a mapping. So first name, the first name from the form. So whatever fields we have, like I got the fields here. First name is there, last name will be there, email ID, phone number. I would like to capture all these fields. So first name, last name in a Salesforce object, and last name. Then I want email ID field, and here we have email field. Then I just want address, city, state, zip code. So let's add the fields. So we have the fields like street address, and this will be street address. So we have to simply do the mapping the way we used to do mapping while data loading, data management. So it's similar to that. So it's pretty easy. State, state. Here it is the state, and we can see zip code. Is it coming? So if zip code is not coming, if any field is not coming, and if it is not a required field, we can skip that field. That's not a problem. So I've skipped that. And okay, there's a question here. How do you hear about us? So that's a drop down, it's a pick list, and there are a couple of options. So as you can see in this pick list, I got four options: newspaper, internet, magazine, and others. So I'm going to use here, how do you hear about us? And the options I'm getting here, predefined options. And instead of that, I'm using a form field, how do you hear about us? So that when a user fill that form, and there's a feedback field. So there is one final field called feedback. And the feedback basically the customer feedback. Feedback basically it's a feedback about us. That's all. And finally, our form is ready, and we have to click on save action. When we click on save action, as you can see, we have an action, and we can click on save integration. It's done now. Integration is ready, and now we just finish it up. And in order to test it, we can simply click on preview form. And when I click on preview form, I have to fill this form. As you can see, I can fill this form, and we can preview this right now. I'm just previewing this on desktop. We can check it out that if we just open this form on different platform, like basically on different devices, how it is going to look like. So let's fill this form here right now. So as you can see, at the moment, I got only one record, and that record is, there is only one customer record. So let me add a new record here. Let's say, uh, let's suppose I'll just put my name here. Sumit Goyal. I'm going to sign up here. And I'll just put some dummy address actually for testing purpose. So what I have done, I'm just taking some dummy address online. You can also try that. You can put any address actually. That's your choice. I'm just going to put some dummy address here. And that's the state. And then that's a city. Sorry. It's a city, not state. So I just put it as a city. And state, I just put as a Texas. And phone number is there. So I just copy this phone number and paste it here. Zip code will be needed. Although, sir, we are not adding it, but it is a required field. So we have to fill that field, complete all the fields. And email ID, it's Sumit. So I just put my email ID here. Let's say sumitg1234@gmail.com. And how do we hear about us? Let's say from magazine or let's say from internet and feedback. So for feedback, basically, I can give some dummy feedback, just a sample feedback, and I'll just give a sample feedback. Okay, I'll just wanted to share my feedback and something like this. I just copy a content. I just we can just we have we I can just type in my feedback here. And finally, it's not needed anymore. Actually, these fields are not required. But still, if you check that, that's fine. We are not tracking. Actually, we are not tracking these fields. And when I click on submit, you can see the it says thank you. Your submission has been received. Now let's quickly go and check whether record has added here or not. So when I refresh, you can see a new record added here successfully. And when I open a record, I can see my details here. This is the previous one I've registered, and this one. Yeah, as you can see, my first name, last name, and if I edit, I can see the details. All the details captured here successfully. First name, last name, phone number, address, and zip code we didn't capture, and the feedback is also here. Like this way, we can capture the data directly into Salesforce by uh, integrating Salesforce with Jotforms. And okay, now in order to basically in order to send this form, basically if we see the form settings, and we have other options as you can see, new customer registration, and there are a couple of more options which we can see, form warnings. If you want, we can put a password protections also, and send auto responder and notification, that also we can do. Okay, auto email can be sent. There are a lot of options available here as you can see, and we can put some logos also. So there are many, and if you want to add a form element, here's an option. If you want to add any element from ourselves, you can see we have an option. So here are the custom options. If any payment gateway need to be added, as you can see, payment is there. Any widget is there, so widget e-signature or any widgets. So as you can see, it's a complete form designer which helps to design our form quickly. And the best part is that we can easily integrate it with our Salesforce without making any trouble. And we can quickly connect the data directly into our Salesforce org. So that's about that. How can we integrate Salesforce with Jotforms? So that's all in this video. If you like this video, don't forget to post your comment in comment box. You can share these videos in your circle if in order to make sure that they will get benefited from it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That's all, everyone. Have a nice day. See you then. Bye.